Good evening, everybody. Good evening, people from YouTube. I'm here with Brenner, Camila, and Arnaldo for our English immersion. We are here in Talk and Talk. Talk and Talk is a language conversation platform that we can talk in English, Spanish, French, Italian. And here is a platform where we don't have any teachers. All of us are students. All of us are here to improve ourselves, including myself. And then I'm not going to correct nobody. Here is a safe place. We are not going to judge nobody. Please don't do it. If somebody speaks with mistakes, with delay, with no worries. Everybody has their process to learn. No worries. I make a lot of mistakes because I'm still learning. I'm in English, so I want to improve. And with the time, I know that I'm going to improve more because with the constancy, it's important. And the press, of course, as well. And the time is short. We have only 1 hour to talk, so please respect each other's time as well. I know that when we are here, maybe you want to talk and talk and talk, but conversation is a process of talk and listen. So let's do it. We answer the questions, but let's learn also in the time that our colleague is talking. We learn a lot also when we are listening other people. I learn a lot also. And the topic for today is making our home bilingual. Okay, I'm going to introduce myself and then I'm going to ask my colleagues to do the same before we start the conversation about the topic. I'm Amanda Oliveira. I live here in Minas Gerais. I'm Paulista, but I'm living here for 2.5 years and I'm loving it. Mineiro's food is amazing and the environment, the hospitality is incredible. I never seen one people so with so much hospitality. And I used to work in cruise ships for 12 years in my career, in my previous career, but I decided to quit and come back to Brazil and do a career transition. So I'm just in a new moment for me in my 43. I have a new career. I'm having a great experience. I'm customer success right now in an incredible company. It's a small company with just a little employees, I can say, but we are growing up, and I'm very happy to be part of it. And I'm hosting English and Spanish in the platform, and I'm also a student in French. I'm really beginner, but I'm learning, I'm pressing every day, and I know that one day I'm going to get in there as well. And that's it about me, guys. Brenner, can you please introduce yourself?
Of course.
Mhm.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Brenna. I'm from Rio, the city, actually, not the state. The state also, of course. I am 27. Yeah, 27. I work as a software developer for some years, like 5 or 6 years now. I live alone. I don't have any children or pets, just plants. And in my free time, I enjoy learning new things like English. That is not a new thing, but I am still learning it. And practicing sports and physical activities. That's it.
Thank you, Brenner. Sure. And Camila, can you please introduce yourself for us?
Hi guys, good evening. I'm Camila. I'm from Aracaju, Sergipe, and I live in this city. Actually, I work as a design in an outsourcing company, but in the past, I worked for a TV as a video editor. I transitioned my career too. And in my free time, I really like to watching movies and TV. And now my favorite series is Silo. It's Apple TV, and start the season 2 last years in November. So we will have 3 episodes for the end of the season 2. I'm very anxious for the Friday because the day of start a new episode. And I like to do drawing in my free time And sometimes I like to swimming because it's my favorite sport. And fell when I do that. I feel very focused and one only thing. So I guess it's important for my focus. And last weekend I do that. So I hope this Saturday I do it again because my friends have a pool in the house now. So it's very fun to do that. So all weekends we do the same now. So that's it about me.
And we had the immersion together, so I didn't know so much about you. So it's nice to know a little bit about your fans, about what you do. It's very interesting. Thank you. It's nice to know that you did a career transition as well. Now, I think nowadays is normal. No, many people are doing career transition. It's like it's not good. Just let's change. That's it. Arnaldo, I know also is one guy. Let's talk about you a little bit, Arnaldo.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Arnaldo. I live in Carapicuíba. It's a medium-sized, close to São Paulo city. I am 43 years old. I'm married, and I have two daughters, and I have a little cat. I was a biology teacher because I changed to another career too, everyone. Because my last career is I'm very tired with a lot of things. But in my free time, I like practice a lot of activities, mainly outdoors activities, such as cycling, walking, the park, uh, mainly travel around Brazil as possible with my family. And I think that's it. I like in this moment right now. I like study English too because in the past nothing. That's it.
Oh my goodness. When we like to do something, it's easier to do it, right? Because when we are forced, I know I have to study English because in my job, they tell me to do it because I'm going to work in a project and it's necessary. Mm, This don't come from you. But when you say, I want that, I want to improve my career, I want to travel, I want to this, when you want, is more, we have more power, I don't know, energy to do these things, right? Guys, regarding the question, if you're not parents, you can give a suggestion about how to introduce this, okay? Or to have families, because the question is like, how can parents introduce a second language in daily routines? But if you don't have kids, no worries. You can say how to improve this in the space I am with my boyfriend, girlfriend, with my close ones, because sometimes I think no, all of us we live in Brazil, so it's something different. We don't have people all over for us to talk in English, but maybe you can answer this question saying in your environment, in the place, if you live alone, it can be with your close friends or with your close families, okay? I'm going to answer that as a mom, okay? Because I have my son, and what I did here at home, because now I already have lingual environment in my house. My husband is not Brazilian, so we do speak English since ever at home. But my husband is not, the English is not his first language, it's not his mother language, I mean. So that's why for us, we have accents, we have mistakes, that's the reason. But even like that, we teach my son, we speak inside our house, in every moment we speak in English. And since the beginning, he started to listen because that's the process. You need to listen the words and then you're going to repeat or try to understand. Because if I say, hey, take this bottle of water for me, give me this bottle. and the points. So he started to know. So I did this. I started to talk in English, even if he don't understand anything, since he was a little child. And this works. And he started to repeat what we say. And now he speaks better than me because he play games on the. Yes, he want to answer. Sorry, guys. I don't know if you listen. But he started to speak with games and YouTube. He watched channels of YouTube gamers playing on the YouTube in English because they are more advanced for whatever he's learning. And because they like, so it's easy to when they want for pleasure is easy. We don't need to force. They just do like that. I don't know. I don't know, Brenner, if you have this experience to try to make something bilingual around you, what's your opinion? What's your suggestion?
Well, I've never have an experience like that. My mom speaks Portuguese. My father used to speak Portuguese, so yeah, I started studying English when I was an adult, actually. So non-experience like that. But I was thinking, and in our today world, it's very important to know a second language. It's important to know English because it gives you a lot of opportunities. And I have a young nephew. Nephew is the right term. And I was talking to my sister that to start doing like showing her videos in English because she's just 4, so she needs to see basic things like colors or food or videos on YouTube, things like that. It can be a beginning for a young child. Let me see, maybe video games like your son that he plays video game. Talk to him to plays in English or in French, depending on the target language. So things like that, daily things like eating, seeing videos, music, can be a beginning.
And you just mentioned something that is true also. Our TVs, it was, because it's so natural, I forget this, is in English since ever. So, for example, videos in YouTube, the movies, streaming, like Prime, Netflix, is already everything in English. So we don't need to change into Portuguese or something like that. Only my husband, when he wanted to learn Portuguese, he started to put the videos in Portuguese with subtitle for him to learn. But other than that, his English is automatic. This is very good, especially cartoons for the little kids. It's perfect. Or even the series, the favorite ones. They have this Korean. I know that now the kids they like the Korean. I forget. It's very famous nowadays. What's the name?
Dorama.
Dorama. So those doramas watch in English instead of Portuguese. Okay. So it's good. What's your opinion, Arnaldo? Did you
Uh,
start to do this in your house? I remember
yeah.
it.
Ah.
Ah,
In October, the last year. Yeah, no problem. As I said in my introduction, I'm married and I have 2 daughters. My wife speak English very well. But I'm speak a little bit. I have my daughters speak too. But I have my youngest don't worry to make mistakes. Speak, no problem for him. And my oldest, there's a little shame. But I can't sharing about my practice in my house, in my home. For example, during the meals, sometimes, no, every day, but sometimes we speak English and during meals and activities, a routine, my daily routine. For example, to brush your teeth, wash your face. A few comments to wash it. Oh, sorry, clean the cat. Things of the cat and other things. We try to speak with our knowledge, but we don't worry about our mistakes. Like the immersion talking talk, for example, we speak, don't worry about the mistakes. Sometimes we watching videos, dorama, dorama in Korea. No, tudo em português. Eu tenho only two language, Portuguese and Korean. But we watched other videos and other movies, and using two apps called Duolingo. It's famous apps, and Buzu too, to practice every day to improve our English. I think it's more important. I think that's it.
Aldo, you are on the way to make your home bilingual. You just need more consistent
Yeah,
to make more, to talk in other situations and more little by little, like our immersions. Little by little, we do it. We don't need to do it one time. You're doing the right. In October was nothing. Now it's better.
yeah.
Yeah, thanks
I
for
don't
sharing.
I don't forget this, but I
Postpone.
yeah.
Okay, but now I know Adriane too, so now we have a problem. I'm going to talk with you two guys.
We
But
speak in French, maybe.
can we?
I'd like to speak French too, but the last year, maybe.
Okay, so maybe next year when you feel more comfortable in the
Yeah.
English, you can do it. It's gonna be amazing. You can practice with your wife. You have already one person next to you that you can practice. So it's incredible that not
Yeah.
everybody has. And Camila, do you have this experience, or what do you think? What's your opinion? What could be the
In
situation?
my case, I am the only people studying English, and I started when as adult. I started in 2019, and I paused in the pandemic, and now I'm back. But I guess for my niece, it's a influencer for me. And now she said, no, Auntie, I could see in English too. So because he's in vacation, she's living in another city, and she's in vacation here. And he listened my immersions all day. And I guess because that, it's a very influenced by me. So I really hope she speaking in the teenagers in the Massimo, because I guess it's so important to improve that in the early stage. Because for me now I understand if I was fluent more early, I have more opportunities. So now I need to run to learning. And for me, as Arnaldo said, I use a lot apps. My favorite apps now, it's Elsa English, I guess the name. Yes, Elsa English. And I try to use some gamification in this game with my niece. And it was so fun because my niece, she have a 3 years old, and she don't have patience. So sometimes she screaming with the screen. So it's so fun to do this with her. So I guess that's it. I hope I influence my sisters, but it's hard because for her, English it's boring, and they never like to study English. In my case, I have immersion because I am watching subtitled movies in original English. So for me, I guess my listening was more easy for me because I am always understand, but I take a lot time to start to talk. So I guess for me it's the same like you said. The listening was the most easier to improve, and now I try to improve my conversation and talking. I guess that's it for me.
But your sisters, they are adults already. Ah, adults.
Yes, my older than me.
So adults, they need to have their own reason to do it. But with child,
Yes.
so talk with all your needs that you have, do it because it's gonna be they learn very fast, very fast. It's incredible. And they learn. If you want to learn other languages in the future, you can try to teach them as well because for kids it's easy. For us, it's hard, especially for how more older you are, it's getting worse. So like Brenner, Camila is still younger than me and Arnaldo. So it's easier for you to get more language learned. Is for me complicated. I don't know. There is no more space in my brain. And what was nice to know your opinions. But Arnaldo, I want you please to read question number 4 and answer for us. Give your opinion.
Question number 4.
I can see you in the chat. For me, it's no.
But I didn't share with you. How can you see if I don't share? Oh, we don't have crystal ball. I bought my crystal ball last week on Amazon. Was 50% discount. Next time when they sell again, I'm going to send you, okay? My
Yeah,
apologies,
thanks.
guys.
No problem. And the
And
question number 4. How
yeah.
important is consistent when practicing your language at home? Consistent practice, I think it's very important, essential for develop and maintain proficiency into language. Uh, I'm I'm speak for me because I'm practice every day. I realized the improve my English skills 1.5 years to go, I think. But in my home, it's possible to see the improvement our speak skills, mainly speak and other skills too, because we practice too, writing, listen, and we study, sorry, I listen podcast every day, but my daughter is um, watching TV series and another language, and every day, I think. Sometimes it's in Portuguese, but every day she they watching TV and watching play game. For example, I think I don't remember exactly uh, Oh my gosh, it's very famous, but I'm oldest. My gosh, my gosh. But no problem. Um, uh, but I think this the part of more important in this process is routine and daily routine to practice, to listen and speak more. Don't worry um, with mistakes. Yeah. Yeah, I think it is.
I totally agree with you. And it's extremely important because, I'm trying to make my home bilingual in French. I'm going to start with my husband because my son, for now, he don't want. But when I get fluency in French, I'm going to speak only French with my husband. And if he wants to understand what we're talking, he needs to learn. it's,
Mhm.
it's no option because I'm not going to translate. And the thing is, during 2 weeks, more or less, I was doing the immersions in French in the platform, and I was speaking with my husband. Of course, it's very basic, but whatever, I was trying to speak the way I could, and he was laughing, but he was answering me back whatever I asked. But I felt more confidence in the way I thought. And then I just stopped it. I stopped to do the immersions for 2 weeks, and I didn't speak French in my home. I just speaking back to English. It looks like my development just go like that, straight. It's so hard to move up, but to go down is so easy. So the constancy, I felt that in my skin, I can say, is very extremely important if you want to do and to speak more than two languages or to make it bilingual at home. It's very important. What do you think, Brenner? Do you agree with us or what's your opinion?
Um, when you are learning some new skill, consistency is essential. Because it's not only reproducing something, but really learning it from the root, like in your work, for example, you know how to do your work, how to do something in your work uh, with closed eyes because you have done it so many times that uh you don't need to think about it, you just do it. So, and when we speak about learning languages, in my opinion, learning a language is one of the most difficult skills you as a human can learn because uh when we try to express an idea and we put it in phrases, in words, and uh, like how difficult is to express something with sounds out of your mouth that you're feeling sad or you're feeling happy or you love someone or you're tired. All we are doing here since 9 p.m. is a very complex skill, like we are emitting sounds, we are being uh, heard by someone that is getting our message in a language that is not our mother language. So it's a very complex skill, and learning any language, in my opinion, is one of the most difficult skills you can learn in your life. So consistency is the key in resume.
Not easy. it's not out of the topic, but about language. Sometimes when you're speaking with one person out there, because I used to travel a lot out of Brazil, and we used to work also with some Brazilians and people from other nationalities. But sometimes we have Brazilians that speak extremely good English, very grammatically correctly, fluently in a way that say, wow, it's so beautiful to hear. And when you talk, I go there and talk with my English. I can communicate in English with anybody. I was talking there for 12 years and everybody understood me. So, but of course, it's not perfect. And sometimes those people, if they are the one who say, wow, your English, come on, you should be ashamed, you should speak better, in a better way. But the foreign people, the stranger, they don't care. They don't, if they understand, because sometimes how many people on the world, they don't only speak their mother language? Because it's hard to learn another language, as Brenner say. It's not something easy. We go out of our comfort zone, you learn something we start to think in other language. It's incredible. If nobody can say anything about my accent or whatever, because I feel so confident about myself. I'm not be hungry anywhere in the world. If they speak English, I'm not going to be hungry. I can eat something there. So I'm okay with that. I don't care about it. I just want to say that because sometimes Brazilians, they are kind of person that say bad things about the other Brazilians, but come on, it's so complex, as you said. Camila, please, what's your opinion about it?
And I guess for me, it was essential for my improvement in English because in the last 2 months, I study all day, basically. I jump some days, it's normal because we have Christmas, New Year, these things. But I guess for me, it was crucial because I did some international interview in the last 2 weeks. And I guess I very more comfortable with my English in this case. And I guess for another people, it's not Brazilian. It's more common to say, "Oh, Camila, stay comfortable. It's okay if you don't have, you don't understand. Put me to repeat. It's okay." So I guess this kind, it's more common in people abroad because Brazilians have this wrong way to focus and perfect English. And if another Brazilian talking to you, said, "Oh, you made a mistake," these things. And I guess when I start to talk with people abroad, was more comfortable in this case. I know at this section it's talk and talk because we talk with another Brazilian, you don't have this sensation about, oh, I couldn't do mistakes in this conversation. But I guess we one time a person said to me it's very the American or another people understand it's not mother language, and we could made a mistake. The American not talk Portuguese. We try a lot to talk in the same language for communication with them, and I guess this is important a lot. But now I guess I really more confident, but I guess I need to improve. I guess this whole life it's about that, like Amanda said. So, but now I understand the learn English could be fun. So I try to do this in the fun way because for me, I watch things it's fun and I don't have more it's not something I do for I need to do. I do this because I like to do. And now I start to do this with subtitle in English too. And sometimes I don't without subtitle. I'm very proud about that. Last weekend I watched a whole movie without subtitle, and I guess I understand. So I guess this improve it's very fun because we don't see the evolution, and sometimes you can see, oh, I talk very comfortable today. I don't have the freezes and the stop in the middle of conversation. So I guess English is about that. It's about fun with the process. And sometimes you could talk in English because for me I don't realize the moment I start to English, but I start in I hope I never stop to do this because it's so important to me.
Continue, Camila, because it's like you like when we are forced to do it, something. Once you get in there, you say, okay, I'm done. So I don't need to talk in English anymore, or I don't need to do this anymore. I'm going to work here. I'm going to teach my career again. I'm going to work with gardening. I don't know. You don't need. But once is in there already, is in our heart, is in our essential. I don't know, it's just natural. I remember one day here, we just received one, long time ago, long time ago, maybe 1 year ago, we received one friend of my son. We were watching, what do you call this? Mr. Beast, one YouTuber. But as I said, everything is in English in my house, right? So we eating and I put on the YouTube. My son put on the YouTube to watch Mr. Beast. Okay, and then just asking his friend, do you know this channel? Do you like? He said, yeah, I like, but I actually watch in Portuguese. Then I realized that was in Portuguese. It is, I'm sorry. And then I think we just changed and put in Portuguese for the person. Like, it's natural. With the years, things is just natural. And like sometimes when I want to say some bad words to my son, not bad words, but to cut, he's doing something wrong and I want to talk very serious. I don't want people around to understand. I'm speaking English with him. It is not because I want to be, no, because it's natural. So this is gonna happen when you talk with your nieces, nephew, with your daughter. It's gonna be like natural. We'll say some words. It's gonna be very good. You will see. But we have time for one more question. Like I'm just jumping the question because we are already answering on the meantime, so I don't want to be repeated. There is no sense. But question number 9, maybe, what challenge might arise in a bilingual home and how can they be addressed? Long time I don't have, no, of course, I might talk about the French, for example, now that is a challenge for me to make my home bilingual in this language. And to get the other people to want to speak the language with me. For example, my son, no one, and my husband say that I'm too basic for him to speak in French. So he don't have the patience to, it's not like here in Talk and Talk. We are patience people. We don't mind if the person is too beginner or whatever. We respect their process, but my husband don't have this. So in my house, that's the challenge I have to, but it's a process, little by little. I say sentences and he answer back. So little by little, I'm trying to put more words, and maybe one day it's gonna be the whole dinner, the whole breakfast together, just talking this language. So for me, that was right now I can say that's my challenge. And what do you think, Camila, could be a challenge when trying to do the home bilingual or the home or with your niece, in this language?
In this case, I don't marry and don't have kids, but I guess for improve two languages in the same house, it's important to practice with the people you live. In my case, it's possible because I live with my parents, and my parents all in Portuguese. It's never learn about English. But I guess with my niece, I try to talk with her in English. It's so fun because she like this way. It's very fun, but I guess so amazing when she tried to repeat some words because the English is so perfect for kids, and you don't have a pressure to talk. So I guess for her it's so more easier to learn about English. But she's so young, so I don't know. It's important to pay pressure in this. I try to influence her with content in English, but when I have more age, it could be I start English study, English immersion, because I guess what's important, she starting the was a kid because the bilingual it's more effective, I guess, for kids because she learned about that. I guess it's for whole life. She could be a bilingual person. So I really try to talk with her, try to use this app I told in before, and that I guess it's so important. But I know this my parents, my sister, it's no happen. I guess it's impossible in this case because it's not something they need for me. In my case, I work with technology, so for me it's important for my growing my career, these things. And because I love in English and I hope to talk like the interviews I watched someday. And I guess for me, it's a different environment in my life. And I live with them, but I guess my influence is so different because in my case, my another friends not talking English too. But I guess for me, it's something very individual skills I needed because I know it's important for me. And I guess because that I start the learns about. So that's it for me.
Of course, people around us will say, "Hey, I want to learn English. Can you please talk to me?" Yeah. Actually, I'm going to do this in French, but I still have power. He's not paying attention right now. Give me a second. So, Brennan, what's your opinion about it? I know that you don't have kids in your house, but in your it was not natural. Oh, yeah, it was natural, right?
Yeah, a niece actually.
Niece.
Yeah, I spoke. Well, when we are talking about when we are talking about kids, I think the hardest thing is to get their attention. And to do it, you can maybe mix it with something they are interested in, like video games or series or movies, or a financially motivation. I've seen something on the internet that a mom made cards, and in the card was the word where, but in Portuguese, where. Every time the kid needed to ask her where was something, like where is my backpack, where is my shoes, they needed to use one card. And at the end of the week, each card costed some value, you know. If the kid didn't spend all the cards, they could exchange it for money, you know, like 5 or 10 reais each card.
Real?
So yeah.
Real? Kind of real? No,
And
no fantasy.
yeah, I every time the kid came to the mom, where's my backpack? She asked him, do you want to use one of your cards? And every time the kid tried for themselves to find the thing, you know. So you can use it with language.
Give me some ideas here. Brennan is a guy that always gives me ideas with my son. It's not the first time, right? Remember, we talked about another thing before, and another immersion, he's giving me a tip. I'm going to get this and do a kind of gamification to try to to introduce the French here with him. It's gonna be fun. He likes money because he already received. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot this word. Maybe one of you knows mesada in English. I don't know how it is, but he received mesada, and if he don't do whatever he need to do, I always discount. So he already had this mindset of financially mindset. That's what he.
You can use it with French, yeah.
Yeah, I will. Definitely. I'm going just to think about how to manage here, and I will do it. Thanks for the tip. Arnaldo, and you, what do you think is the challenge for you now? Oh my goodness.
Sorry, first I'd like uh, sorry my interruption, the Brenner, about this your idea, because I was excited to idea. I'm applying my house. So, but in my case, I think the maintain motivation with engaging activities is more difficult. Um, I'm we tried every day to maintain motivation and prevent the language dominance, because it's I think as possible, yeah. Uh, I don't know, sometimes we created strategy is very difficult to every week. For example, in my home, the girls, there is a day called day of the girls. Did did the day she chose a move and eat a popcorn and study English through the watching TV series. One day for a week, every Wednesday, every Wednesday. Yeah, but it's motivated. But other days of the week, there is strategy. We search the strategy to occupation, to motivated, um, and we try every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think one of the most important in this process, I think they have a goal, objective in the future, because we we can we have a plan to go to another country. For us is more motivated to study English and learning another language. I think it's more motivated, but other strategy is very difficult.
Okay, so, but guys, we don't have more time. This topic about the bilingual thing, it's something that is very interesting for us. We like it. We are enthusiastic, I can say, about language, but we don't have more time. So I want to know, Camila, how was the experience for you? Did you like the immersion? Did you learn something new? Tell something for us.
Yes, it was amazing. And thank you guys. I really like this dam because it's actually I do now for improve my English. So I really nice. And in the future, I start the Spanish, but not this year because I need to talk in English.
Great, Camila. Thank you. Arnaldo, how was the experience for you? Did you learn something new? How was it?
Yeah, very cool. I agree with Camila, because these immersions always very important for improve our English skills in listening and speaking. Uh, Thanks for my colleagues, Camila, Brenner, and Amanda,
Thank
for
you
your
too.
patience for us.
We are all patients here, no worries. Thanks, Arnaldo and Brenner. How was for you the experience? I loved your tips as well. I'm going to do this gamification here.
The conversation was great. You're an amazing host, always. And I learned the word niece from Camila. I used nephew for both girl and boy, and I learned niece. Yeah.
You see, sometimes it's something so basic that maybe we learned it on the past, but we don't use now usually. So the important thing, everybody learns something here. We friends, we respect each other. Everybody here was so amazing. Thank you so much, guys. I love it. And see you around the platform in another immersion. Have a good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.